I have a lot of experience with drugs, including IV coke and IV crystal meth, but neither of those things were available to me, and I was looking to break the monotony of another Friday of just being paid and nothing to do. I went to the store and bought a 6-pack of beer and 2 Benzedrex inhalers. Once home, I immediately took the top off both the inhalers, cut them into 8 to 10 small pieces, and took them with a glass of soda. I started feeling a buzz as early as 15 minutes after I swallowed the pieces, kind of speedy, onset of an MDMA body buzz. Shortly after that, things went bad. I was breathing hard, heavy, and fast. I could feel my heart going insane in my chest, and there was an intense body fry associated with high fever and fast heart rate. Euphoria had all but disappeared. I laid on the couch, feeling a sharp, grinding pain in my upper abdomen. I lay there for a while trying to get the pain to subside, feeling the onset of a headache caused by vasoconstriction. After laying there for about an hour, I sat up and vomited violently. I threw up for about 3 minutes, watching all the pieces of cotton fall from my mouth in a river of beer and bile. Just be careful with dosage, everyone. Start small. I never start small, and I paid for it with this one. Hello fellow crackheads. I do in fact believe I fucked my circulatory system from binging Benzedrex too much. If you don't know what it is meth in a nasal inhaler. I was doing it consistently for a matter of months, and not just 1 or 2, at least 3 to 4 because we like to get a little wild. Each cotton is about the equivalent to a small bump of meth without as much energy and more side effects, especially the vasoconstriction, but recently I barely touched it for reasons I'll explain. I think one night I even did 4 or 5 cottons and masturbated for about 2 days straight. Crazy shit. The vasoconstriction is unbelievably unbearable in that stage. It literally feels as if your veins are going to explode or your heart's going to stop. As a former meth user, I must say the vasoconstriction is a lot worse than Benzedrex in my opinion, but most of us don't even realize it until we can't feel our extremities or stroke out, and we're not talking about porn here. Anyway, haven't recently been doing that shit, just Adderall and Vyvanse. I still sleep and eat though, like I'm not a mega tweaker. I still function, sleep, brush my teeth, eat, etc., just like a normal person. However, my blood pressure is consistently 140/90 to 150/90, with symptoms like sweaty hands, ringing in ears, numbness in certain parts of my chest, shortness of breath, cold hands and feet, chest pain, tingling, even in parts of my face sometimes, and dizziness, even while not being super high and relaxing also, which is a little worrying. I don't feel like that all the time though, it comes in waves. I took my blood pressure stimmed out to the extreme one time because I was curious and it was like 180/100. How sick is that? Moral of the story from doing this shit, I'm probably going to contract some health problems later on. As far as my blood pressure, it's been high for about a month or so. The extreme symptoms have only been occurring for a few weeks though. I know, go see a doctor, right? Well, mine's out for now, so I guess I'll just have to wait. I just feel like the stimulant binges are really starting to wear on me, so I've just been taking prescribed Vyvanse in moderation as Suboxone is the junkie. But I can barely even do that anymore without severe anxiety or high blood pressure like symptoms to the max. I hope I'll be okay. Please, never take Benzedrex. It feels too good for the repercussions it brings. The saddest thing about all this is that I'm only 17. So a few weeks ago, I ordered online a pack of 5 Benzedrex inhalers and ate all of the cottons cut up in one day. I felt shitty the next couple days, but recovered fine. A couple days ago, another pack I bought arrived, and between 11 a.m. and midnight, I ate 4 of them. Shamefully, I masturbated looking at porn basically the whole time between 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. When I was finally disgusted with myself and decided to put things away and go to bed, I got up from the chair to turn on the light. I awoke on the floor in the dark, totally unaware of who or where I was for a couple seconds. Crazy feeling. I realized I had blacked out. I tried to sleep but can only manage about 4 hours last night. Yesterday I used the last Benzedrex when I awoke and I ate an orange and drank lots of water throughout the day. Around 8 p.m. I got up to look in the mirror and blacked out in the bathroom, again. This is fucked and I'm an idiot for dosing so much, plus a bad method of not using lemonade for extraction. I'm hoping it's from high blood pressure that I'm blacking out and that it'll get better once it gets out of my system. I don't really want to go to the emergency room unless I black out a third time. I've had experiences with certain amphetamines such as Adderall, cocaine, and MDMA. My girlfriend and I were bored one day and I heard about the Benzedrex high similar to an Adderall high, and I figured, hell, why not try it? My whole experience started like this. 4:45, I open the inhaler, pop the cotton in my mouth, and just swallow it whole. Wow, does this thing taste horrible? At first it was easy to ignore for me, but after the whole experience, I'm never gonna touch this shit again. 5:30, I start to feel it. I also popped a Stacker 3 diet pill with it to see if it would feel better or speed up the process. I'm feeling wired and a little excited. 6, I realized what I was feeling earlier was just the Stacker pill that I took, and I was kind of just psyching myself up. 7, my girlfriend and I take a drive down to her house, still not feeling much, rather tired and out of it. 8:30, I figure this stuff is bunk, doesn't work, etc. Oh man, I was in for a surprise. 9, we headed over to a friend's house so I could do a little work on his computer. Out of nowhere, I realize I'm fucking around with my tongue just like I do when I'm on Adderall. I go to take a piss, and bam, I'm totally feeling it. Raised hairs, pretty euphoric, and feeling good. 11, we head back home to my house after I finish the computer work. Still feeling good, just talking and cleaning a little with my girlfriend. 12, right about now, everything went from okay to holy shit, I don't even want to move because I'm so nauseated. I feel so horrible and sick that I run to the bathroom and begin to throw up. This vomiting was literally the most painful vomiting I've ever experienced in my life, not to mention that I was throwing up the awful tasting cotton balls still, and it was just totally unbearable. 12:15, I start to eat some crackers and calm down a little. My girlfriend is rubbing my back and calming me down. I begin to relax because I feel like it's finally over. 12:20, hell no, the shit just came back and I feel like I just got punched in the gut by the fist of an angry god. I'm still puking and it hurts a lot. 12:45, I'm finally done hunching over the toilet and return to my room to write this. My advice to anyone who wants a cheap and easy amphetamine high, don't even fuck with this shit. Save yourself the fucking trouble. It's worse than eating a ton of spicy food and then barfing it up after your stomach boils it down. I've never had a vomiting experience this bad, and the high wasn't even that great. Fuck this drug. It's literally not even worth touching. Don't fuck with it. I've tried Benzedrex inhalers a few times. They keep me awake and alert, and on occasion I felt desperate enough to resort to them. I'm an occasional recreational user of hard drugs. I do not use stimulants regularly. One day I decided to take 200 milligrams of pure MDMA on a school night and stay up pretty late. The following morning I consumed 1 Benzedrex inhaler's worth of contents dissolved in soda. About 30 to 45 minutes after consumption, I began experiencing muscle spasms of the lungs and extreme dizziness. A couple of hours later, I was taken to the ER suffering severe respiratory distress, tachycardia, hypertension, muscle tremors, constipation, dimmed vision, intermittent hearing loss, mild hallucination, and loss of coordination. My resting heart rate upon admission was 150. After 2 doses of Ativan, 4 bags of saline, and 7 hours on an oxygen tube, an EKG, X-ray, and CT showed no underlying cause nor damage to my heart or lungs. The following day I went for a follow-up exam and my resting heart rate was still 100 beats per minute. I didn't fully recover for 5 days. Benzedrex inhalers are extremely dangerous, and I strongly discourage anyone from misusing them. The process by which the cotton rods are dosed is questionable, and I have read several anecdotal reports suggesting that the actual amount of propylhexedrine in a single inhaler varies significantly. There are reports of intravenous abuse resulting in death, even in some cases more than 24 hours after injection. Oral consumption probably won't kill you, but you may end up in the hospital. Don't take the risk. It's not even close to worth it. I have tried Benzedrex inhalers many times before this experience. I used to be addicted to Adderall, and I loved the speedy feeling. Benzedrex seemed to be the perfect substitute until this happened. I was at home from college on a break when I stopped and picked up the inhaler. I usually just swallowed the cotton, but I thought that I'd change it up this time and extract the inhaler with lemon juice. This worked better than I would have thought, and I chugged the solution. I then went downstairs and started to play a game while waiting for the effects to kick in. It's been about 30 minutes, and I start to feel the wired effects of the inhaler. Then it hit. I felt my heart skip a beat. This was not out of the normal, as I had experienced the same effect before. Then my world turned upside down. I could not breathe. My heart was beating uncontrollably, and I experienced intense chest pain that I've never experienced. I became very lightheaded and began to panic. I tried to control my breathing but couldn't. I thought I was having a heart attack. I seriously thought I was going to die off a stupid inhaler. I decided to just lay down and let whatever was going to happen happen. These symptoms lasted 10 to 15 minutes and then started to go away. I went to the bathroom to wash my face with cold water when it started all over again. My heart began to pound out of my chest uncontrollably. I couldn't breathe again. It felt like someone was standing on my chest. My arms and legs started to shake. The only way I could describe what I felt was that I was having a heart attack. After the second attack, I calmed myself down again. I felt disoriented. I pulled out my phone and started to search the symptoms I was experiencing. At first, I thought the Benzedrex had triggered a heart arrhythmia when your heart races and beats irregularly. I kept searching until I finally figured it out. I was having panic attacks. Panic attacks are considered not even dangerous. After I felt my heart skip a beat, which was a normal side effect of the Benzedrex, my brain tricked myself into thinking I was actually dying. I have never had anything happen like this before. I will never touch a Benzedrex inhaler again, and now can honestly say, it isn't worth it.